Welcome to the official Personality Guru. As an INTJ, have you ever felt like your career choice wasn't exactly what you were looking for? Maybe you are a young or growing INTJ who doesn't even know where to start when it comes to careers. Today, let's talk about the best careers for INTJs. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to the official Personality Guru and ring the bell icon to get regular updates on our latest uploads. And if you like this video, click the thumbs up button and share it with your friends. INTJs are very independent individuals who do not need to be in the company of others for extended periods of time. They have a strong need for independence and autonomy in their work. INTJ personality types are rare, making up only 2% of the population. INTJs tend to be analytical thinkers and have a strong need for privacy. Any jobs that combine these two are great INTJ jobs. They also thrive on logic and accuracy. Thus, they are natural problem solvers. INTJs enjoy working by themselves and can often become frustrated with other people's lack of logic. They want to feel like they are in control of their own destiny and have the ability to make decisions without having to ask for permission. They want to know why they are doing a task or project. At work, INTJ excels at creating and implementing innovative solutions to analytical problems. They naturally see possibilities for improvement within complex systems and are organized and determined in implementing their ideas for change, and are comfortable with abstraction and theory, but gain the most satisfaction from turning their ideas to reality. They often enjoy working independently or with a small team, taking measured, strategic steps to implement change. INTJs enjoy working with logical systems that they can understand in depth. They enjoy the challenge of comprehending complex ideas and want to understand how they can improve the way things work. The ideal work environment for an INTJ is logical, efficient, structured, and analytical, with colleagues that are competent, intelligent, and productive. The ideal job for a mastermind allows them to use their analytical skills to problem solve in a challenging environment and to take responsibility for implementing their ideas to create efficient, innovative systems. 1. Clinical psychologist. A clinical psychologist is a bit different from a therapist or other mental health professionals. They work with interventions for complex disorders using data-driven and scientifically backed methodologies. Their goal is to help people with complex mental disorders to develop a mindset and plan to live a manageable and even productive life. They're also almost always scientists as well, conducting research in laboratories and with patients to better understand mental processes. Yes, they do work with people, but it is almost always one-on-one as opposed to with large groups. This is a good choice for INTJs because it allows them to actually use their deep knowledge of the mind as opposed to just studying these things for the sake of knowing. 2. UX or User Experience Designer. A UX designer is someone who anticipates how a product or service will be received by those who engage with it and attempts to make that process as best as possible. Have you ever used a website and just thought the layout was counterintuitive or just hard to work with? That is when a UX designer comes into play. Many UX designers are also programmers, but many are also just analysts who give insight into how programmers can make things better. This is a good fit for INTJs because it allows them to look at data regarding customers and then anticipate what that information means for future services. It is a people-focused field without much of the actual people. Win-win for any INTJ who wants to contribute to others without feeling drained all of the time. 3. Philosopher. Okay, this one is less of a career, but it is certainly something that many INTJs in history are known for, including Nietzsche. The philosopher is someone who thinks deeply about whatever their area of interest is and attempts to answer not only the questions of how, but also why. Many philosophers can earn income through related career choices such as being a writer who shares their insights through books. This is a good choice for INTJs because they love to ponder the behind-the-scenes details of how things work and why events play out the way they do. 4. Professor. I put the professor on this list as opposed to the teacher because the professor implies a higher level of education, typically college level. INTJs like to dig deep into the things that interest them, and their love for knowledge is usually greater than their actual desire to teach. Due to this, teaching higher-level courses can be a great way for INTJs to challenge themselves while also developing their own knowledge on the topics that interest them. 5. Entrepreneur. At the core of every good entrepreneur and creativity and ideas, something which INTJs tend to have more than enough of. INTJs tend to be a slow burn type of entrepreneur as opposed to one who has a lot of ideas and just goes with the one that eventually works. They want to take a single idea and form it over time to such a level that is very unlikely to fail. It is believed that Mark Zuckerberg is actually an INTJ and a great example of the entrepreneurial heights of the INTJ can reach. 6. Executive. The executive is another career choice that is quite broad. You can be an executive in many fields: retail, technology, or even something more formal like the military as a high-ranking officer. What INTJ excels at is organizing people and resources to accomplish goals, and because of this, they tend to excel in higher-end work positions as opposed to worker ones. Executives typically also require a stoic and commanding personality, which are traits that most INTJs can usually relate to. The one downside to this career choice for INTJs is that inherently, there will be more social components because to organize people, you need to interact with people. 7. Creative Director. The creative director is the person responsible for making sure a vision becomes what they think it should be. It is often a high-end management position responsible for a large variety of employees and a wide array of skill areas. For example, famous video game director Hidetaka Miyazaki was responsible for writing the game's story and dialogue, designing the levels, coordinating the art team, and managing employees in general. To an INTJ, having full creative control is a dream come true, especially if it is related to a vision they really want to bring to fruition. 8. Programmer. A job where you get to sit alone at your comfort for hours on end and make technological advancements? Sounds like heaven for most INTJs. It is no surprise then that many INTJs go into the computer science field and end up becoming programmers and coders. Technology is also one of the most adaptive and growing fields out there, and programmers are needed in almost every single corner of technological sciences, so you'll never have to worry about your career choice becoming obsolete. How about you? As an INTJ or any other personality type, what do you think are the best careers that suit you? Be sure to watch until the end and share your experience for a chance to have your comment pinned. 9. Consultant. Consultants develop professional skills in a field of their choosing and then bring their expertise to other companies to help them achieve results. It is kind of like being a business coach. The INTJs are great at seeing how a goal can be achieved and laying out a plan, so it is no surprise that many INTJs end up as business consultants. Because consultants are typically sought after as independent workers, this also means that they get to keep their creative vision intact by not taking orders from someone else. Before we continue, if you enjoy this video, make sure to give us a like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the official Personality Guru for more amazing videos. Don't forget to ring the bell icon to stay updated with our content. 10. Scientist. The scientist is a broad term. Biologists are scientists, so are psychologists, mathematicians, astrophysicists, chemists. The list goes on. The core theme is that scientists want to learn more about the world. INTJs make great scientists because they tend to think in a way that starts with an endpoint in mind. This future-focused thinking allows them to experiment with new ways of achieving a result. The INTJ differs from the INTP in that the INTP typically is more interested in the house of science, while the INTJ is more interested in the what can be done of science. Either way, the end result is a new way of thinking, of being brought out to the world, which is typically very satisfying for most INTJs.